Coach Howie.
Rise workout.
You got to get it going.
Follow Coach Howie.
Rise workout.
Figure it out now. I got 3 minutes to figure it out.
Rise workout.
Let's say that for the next one.
I don't know how many times I've done that. I muted my own mic. I'll start it again. Kendrick Brown with Rise Workshops, along with Howie McCormick and Kane Sampson. And we're here to announce the winners of the John Riveira Scholarship that he so graciously donated to two deserving people. And they're on in the back of the green room. And I'll bring them on here in just a second. Just go over a little bit of housekeeping. Howie is not able to join us. He has preparing for a tornado. Actually, a hurricane, in Florida again. So he's taking care of that. And Kane, I think, is still shooting or on the drive home. If you didn't know, Kane's got to drive at least an hour and a half to every place he goes. He lives like in a valley, and he has to get over this mountain just to get to civilization and shoot his events. So he's an hour and a half minimum to get to his shoots. So he's not on, but you got me, Kendrick Brown with Cap Photos and Rise Workshops here, and we're going to go ahead and keep it going. If you're watching the replay, we want to announce the, let me get this banner here. It's hard when I'm doing all of this. Let's get this rolling. We've got our workshop coming up December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Columbus, Ohio. This is our third live workshop. If you've never been to a live workshop, you don't want to miss this one. You're going to have the opportunity to learn from three of us. Three different approaches to doing the same job. I'm the natural shooter and also shoot sports action. Kane shoots green screen probably 95% of the time, but he also can shoot natural, but just prefers the green screen. And Howie McCormick is our Photoshop guru, and he's Mr. Composite. If you need to know something about Photoshop or putting realistic composites together, Howie's your guy. He also does mini shoots and seniors as well. I'm primarily volume. Here to share that information with you, and that is December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Regarding the hotel, the expiration date to register at the hotel actually already expired, but I was able to get an extension a couple of days ago, and they took it until tomorrow evening, I think midnight on the 9th is the last date to register for the host hotel. And we put a lot of work into choosing the proper host hotel. This is a newer hotel. We got mini suites for you guys. I think there's $144 a night is the rate that we got for mini suites. So they're not little rooms. You actually have a mini suite with a kitchen and the whole shebang in there. 2 queen beds and plenty of room in there to work on your lighting if you want to. So we got that secured for you. I appreciate that. And that also includes breakfast. And again, about the live workshops, because we got a lot of requests, not a lot of requests, but people that couldn't make it to the live for whatever reason, they asked about virtual. And believe it or not, when we initially started Rise, we were going to come out virtual from the beginning. And then there was another big conference that does a similar workshop, or a lot bigger than ours. We were just getting started. they canceled theirs, so we're like, let's go ahead and go live. So we went live, and this is the third one. To do a virtual workshop takes a lot of work and the right system, and probably more work than it takes to do a live one. And the benefits of a live one is the camaraderie that you get and being able to meet people who are like-minded and they're in the same industry as you. They may be in the same state, same city, or they may not. It doesn't really make any difference where they are, but if they are, you might have a second shooter. If you need some help on an event, that's a benefit of it as well. Howie, Kane, and myself, we actually met at Sync Sports. Probably, I think it's 7 years ago we met, and here we are, in business together. So the benefits of a live workshop far outweigh the benefits of a virtual, unless you just can't get out of the house. You're just going to get a lot more out of a live workshop. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring in Laura Castro and Eric Brim, who both are the recipients of the John Riveira Scholarship. So we'll bring ladies first, and then Eric. All three of us are on here. So welcome to the both of you. And let me unmute your mics. Boop, boop. Okay, now I can hear you both. So I guess we'll start with ladies first. Laura, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and why you're going to attend Rise 3.
So I am a sports and action photographer. I actually moved to my current location outside of Dayton, Ohio about 5 years ago. And COVID kind of brought sports into my lap. So I decided that is an area that isn't really fulfilled in this area, in this location. So started doing sports and action, and team and individual kind of came with that. So the Rise workshop will help me grow my business and kind of learn the ins and outs of volume photography, which I have absolutely no experience with, and just kind of learning on the fly as I go.
Perfect.
So I'm excited for the workshop.
Absolutely. And Eric, how about yourself?
All right. Well, I'm Eric Brim. I am based out of the Greensboro, North Carolina area, currently living in Burlington, North Carolina, a little small town on the outer edges. I normally do portrait and event photography, looking to jump into a new world of volume photography and sports with the help of Kendrick and the rest of the crew. So I have no experience on the sports side.
Well, you're going to have some experience when you see your bank account going. So it's interesting. We've done a lot of interviews with some vendors, template makers, backblaze, and also photographers as well since we started this. And a lot of people have different motivation for why they're doing volume photography. And there was a few that I actually talked to that it wasn't about the income. For those couple of people that I talked to, they already were set, financially. Either they were inherited some money, or they've got plenty of money outside of photography, so that they don't need to make money with photography. But I think the majority of us, the money that's made from photography either supplements a regular 9-to-5 job, or I want to replace a 9-to-5 job. For me, it was just something to do after retirement, but we started this 17 years ago. So we'll definitely be able to help both of you with your journeys, and being able to jump in right off the bat and get some good training and not have to make the mistakes that many of us made coming up, picking the wrong jobs, picking jobs that were too big for us, not having any kind of a workflow ready for shoot day. And then it's just a cluster F while you're out there trying to shoot, 100 kids, and they all came at the same time because you didn't have a schedule. You didn't account for buddies that were possibly going to come in there and be taking. You didn't limit buddies. Buddies is 2 people. It's not a family shoot. You're not coming out here to T&I and doing a family shoot. So all those types of things we'll go over with you. Pricing, packages, what are you offering? What are you not offering? All those types of things make the difference with being successful or not being successful. So we'll be able to help you with that. And of course, the shooting is important, and being able to get your images up quickly for sale for your folks, and overpromise, underdeliver. We talk about that all the time. So we have a few people on here. If you're on here watching and you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the comments, and I'll bring them right across the screen. But that's primarily what we wanted to do on here. But if you have some questions or comments about the workshop, if you have a question or comment for Eric or Laura, go ahead and type those in. And I will sit here for a second and monitor this. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and type in your comments as well. We monitor the replays for any comments and answer those as well. So if you have a question for Howie or for Kane, even though they're not on live now, they'll see your questions and comments and go ahead and answer those as well. We're really looking forward to this workshop. I want to point out another thing that's unique about Rise Workshops. Once you sign up for one of our events, it's like you're part of the crew right off the bat. We actually have a private messenger group once you've signed up that we add everyone to, so that all the attendees can keep in touch with one another while we're at the event prior to getting to the event. Maybe you need a ride, you want to carpool with somebody, you want to share rooms, whatever the case might be. That way everybody can communicate with each other while we're at the events. And we found that after the events are over, that link kind of continues for another month or so. We're still communicating with one another in that fashion through that link. But at that time, we've already exchanged phone numbers and things like that. So let me ask my guests again. Laura, what are you currently shooting with as far as your camera gear and lighting, if any? And what do you want to take away from
So
the
I
workshop?
shoot with a Nikon D5. My primary portrait lens is the 70 to 200. I shoot all my action with the 200 to 500, and then families I shoot with my 24. I don't have any lighting currently. I'm looking into probably more of a continuous lighting setup versus a strobe or a flash. But that's just kind of how I like my pictures and my workflow to go. Everything is currently evening, sunset, sunrise type of shoots with team and individual.
Okay, great. With the continuous lighting, it would work indoors. You could get by with that, but for outdoors, we definitely would steer. Hey, Sherry, we see you joining in. Outdoors, we definitely would steer you towards the 600s, the whether it's the Flashpoint or the Godox 600s for outdoors, because the continuous lighting it's not going to give you enough light in certain situations where you're in the middle of a football field, no shade, bright sun. It's just not going to get it. Sometimes the lighting that we have doesn't get it done, so we have to make those adjustments and account for that. Eric, how about yourself? What are you shooting with?
Currently shooting with the Canon EOS R. My primary lens is the 24 to 105. I have the 50 millimeter as well. Lighting, I'm a Godox fan, so I have almost everything from the V860 version 2s up to the 8600 Pro.
All right, cool. I just got that EOS R the other day. I got a super deal. I'm not going to tell you because you're going to be mad. I got that EOS R.
I don't know. I might not be too mad. I got mine during Black Friday for way less than what most people pay too.
Okay, cool.
I got mine like 2 years ago on Black Friday sale.
Great. The 24 to 105. Did you get the L lens or the other one?
The L.
Okay. Yeah. I got there was a guy, I found him on Craigslist, and what did I give him? I gave him $2,300 for the camera, the lens, some extra batteries, some other stuff, a SD card that was never used,
Oh wow.
the converter that was in the box, never used, the converter for the EF to RF lenses for $2,300. His wife thought she was going to be a YouTuber, and they bought it in 2019. There was only like 100 photos that were taken. The rest of the time it was her trying to be a YouTuber, and
Oh
he was
wow.
glad when she said he could go ahead and
Time
sell
to
it.
give it up.
So yeah, that was a
Wow.
super deal. So I'm gonna bring that as well, and I also have the R6. So
Yeah, I've been looking at the R6. I think that's gonna be my next step up.
yeah. Or let's use the profits from your first one or
Definitely.
2 gigs to buy it. That way you don't have to go in your pocket to buy
Right.
it. So lovely. And for those of you that are on our lives for the first time, I'm just that guy that doesn't want to go into family money to support a hobby. You know, if you're making money with your business, then you have a business. Put a little bit aside every time you make some profits for whatever it is that you're planning to get next, whether it's a lens, a camera body, or lighting, and have some kind of a reason why you're making that purchase. And you should know ahead of time how long it's going to take you to recoup your money for whatever it is that you're buying. Because, I mean, if you got good lighting, you can go out there with a Rebel T whatever, and shoot these images. Rebel with a 50 millimeter or 1.8, whatever that cheap one is, and you're good to go. And you can go out there and start making money with that. So you don't have to have all of that. Again, for the viewers, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. I'm not going to drag this on. Laura came away from a band rehearsal to pop on here real quick, and we appreciate that. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out and a thank you to John Riveira for your gracious donation. His only real requirement was that the winners couldn't be in his state, the state of Texas. Other than that, he wanted to come to the event. He couldn't come. He wanted to support us. And then since he wasn't able to come, he wanted to donate to 2 lucky winners. And here we go right here. I told him it's going to be life-changing for both of you. I appreciate that, John.
Perfect.
So I don't have anything else. I'm not going to drag it on. I appreciate the both of you popping on a short notice, even though I put this up a couple days ago. But anyhow, that's how I roll. I just get stuff done. So thank you again. And
Thank you.
for those of you watching the replay, type in any questions or comments. Rise 3, Columbus, Ohio, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Look forward to seeing you all there. And again, Laura and Eric, thank you so much for popping on. You guys have a good day. And we'll see you in less than 30 days.
There you go. Thanks, Kendrick.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Gone. All right. And then there was one that leaves me. So I like to run my mouth. Let's see. If there's any questions for anybody that is on here, go ahead and type them in. I am looking forward to going over some action. We had a private Zoom with the attendees probably about maybe 10 days ago or so, and we asked them specific questions about what they wanted to take away from the event so we could kind of tailor our presentation to what the needs were. And there were about 5 of the attendees that are interested in the action photography, which that's 50% of my business. So I'm looking forward to going over that with them on the side. In the evening, we're going to go to the side and talk about it. I'll talk about my workflow and how we get the jobs, how we shoot. Any questions that you have, I'm available to you. So I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of that, right now we are preparing for our biggest event of the year. And actually, I'm going to say it's our last event on November 12th, this coming Saturday and Sunday. That's November 12th and 13th. We are going to be video hat. Yes, absolutely. We'll be going over that as well. Matter of fact, watch my personal page and you'll start to see there's already some stuff up there from earlier in the year, but we're going to start promoting this event that I'm talking about now for this weekend coming up. So let me tell you about this event. It's our biggest event. We're going to have how many photographers? 1, 2. There's going to be 3 or 4 photographers each day shooting action. It'll be myself and another staff member shooting team and individual. And this event is the Super Bowl for our youth programs around here. There's going to be 4 games on Saturday and 4 games on Sunday. Before each one of those games, we're offering team and individual for each one of those teams that's going to be participating in the Super Bowl events. And let me grab my notes here real quick. Hold on one second. Okay, I didn't want to say anything that was not correct. So anyhow, there's going to be a total of 9 organizations participating in this event. 1, 2, 3 of the 9 teams, we actually shot their team and individual earlier in the season, which is great because they're like our teams. 3 different teams, we actually shot them for they were visiting teams at our home teams, and we shot them for action. So all but 3 of these teams that are participating in the Super Bowl are familiar with us, how we work, whether it's the action and the team and individual, or just the team and individual side. So that's going to help us boost our sales. We're actually taking off Friday and heading out to the venue, and then we'll set up for team and individual and start taking funds for action that evening. It's going to be quite an ordeal, and it is all the time when we go out for that, our final event of the year. I'll do a couple of brief lives if I have time to do that while we're out there and kind of show you how we set up out there. So anyhow, Kendrick Brown with Rise Workshops, signing off, along with Howie McCormick and Kane Sampson. We'll see you all in less than 30 days for those of you that are coming to Rise 3. For those of you who have not and still haven't made the decision, or you're waiting until the last minute, we still have, I believe, Kane told me we have 6 seats remaining. So look forward to seeing you all there. And anybody that signs up after this live, looking forward to seeing you as well. I am out of here just like we came in. Let's go.
Follow Coach Howie.
Rise workout with.
You got to get it going.
Follow Coach Howie.
Rise workout with.
Figure it out now. I got 3 minutes to figure it out.
Rise workout with.
Let's say that for the next one.